Welcome, everyone, to the Alliance Group podcast. We have two very special guests here. We have Daley and Matt Krom, all the way from Dacono, Colorado.
Yes.
I said that right.
You did.
Correct.
It's about 30 miles. I've learned all this about 10 minutes ago. 30 minutes outside of Denver.
Yes. North.
Yes.
North of Denver.
Yes.
So it's even colder than Denver.
No.
Shh, not really.
On average, no.
Really?
We live kind of in a weird hole.
Heat wave.
Where
Really?
we either get the weather or it just goes around us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever
that's-
Denver gets, we don't get.
That's
We have
fantastic.
the
It
opposite
is.
weather.
Well, when it comes to the bad weather, right? When it comes to the snow and the ice, leave that.
Yeah.
Colorado is absolutely gorgeous. I was able to get out to Red Rocks the last time I was out there. Didn't see a show; it was empty, but was still very, very impressive. I know that Travis and Kenna got to go to a show out there recently. They said it was unbelievable. Do you guys make it to Red Rocks every now and then?
We've been there a
We
couple
try to
times.
go, I don't know, once every couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You got to
amazing.
come out. We'll host you next.
I would love to. Well, you guys are actually in town because we have a big college football game
We are so excited.
coming up. You guys are
Yeah.
going to see Georgia, Tennessee this weekend.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm very jealous. That's going to be absolutely huge.
Just a little excited for that.
Yeah, just a little bit excited. Lee Duncan is he's pretty excited about it as well. It's going to be a big one. You guys are going to have a really fun weekend, and hopefully you'll be celebrating this huge success that you guys have been having. We're looking at the production reports coming into this, preparing for this podcast. You are officially a top 25 agent at Alliance Group, which is incredible. And number 5 in Five Rings Financial, which is a huge accomplishment in and of itself. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a monster year. Five Rings, you all probably know, Five Rings is our number 1 agency at Alliance Group, and they've been growing with leaps and bounds over the past couple of years. So to be number 5 at Five Rings Financial, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's kind of a big
Thank
deal.
you.
It's kind of a big deal. You
Yeah.
guys are doing some amazing things. And the reason for your success, I was asking you some questions before we came in here. You developed a power partner. That would be correct. That's the number 1 thing that you would attribute your success to this year so
I think
far.
so, and a total mind shift. You know, power partners are amazing.
Yeah.
We have a few of them. The one that we brought into our realm, I guess, this year has been super great with bringing good qualified business to us,
Right.
and the return, obviously, for both of us is fantastic. But I think that there was also a mind shift, maybe 12-ish months ago, about just changing our mind about our business and being more an allowance versus like this push to make it happen. And I think that mind shift and this like allowance of just
Sure.
whatever's supposed to be ours kind of started to show up, and
Sure.
and
So
now we're having this year.
we kind of talked about this a little bit about the universe. You know, like once you have some experience, and I'm a big believer in this too. I you know, there's the whole secret thing that was a big deal like 5 or so years back, but I really do believe that you get what you put out there,
Yep.
right? And you were talking about it's almost like when you have some experience, you start to build some confidence in yourself. The universe recognizes that and is like, oh, right, okay. Well, I'm
you
going to
go.
start sending some opportunities your way. Here
Absolutely.
you go.
Yeah. And I think that it was, I had a conversation with a couple mentors not too long ago about setting intentions and what's just your intention. And it's like, this is my intention. My intention was to be, you know, in the top. I didn't even have a number. I just wanted to
Right.
be in the top of something. Right.
Right.
And so that was the intention. And then it was just putting the effort behind it and, you know, putting in the knowledge and all the stuff that you need. And
Yeah.
here we are, I guess.
Here
you
we are.
know?
Here we
Yeah.
are. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. And you guys, this is, you know, it's not an overnight success by any means. There are a few of those stories in this industry when it really comes down to it. You know, there's a lot of work that has to go into reaching the levels that you guys are now starting to reach here in this industry. So you guys actually started out part-time. Daley, you started out part-time 8 years ago, correct?
Very part-time 8 years ago. Yeah.
And then you've been full-time. You know, it took you a couple of years to go full-time, and there's a whole story behind that as well.
There is. Yeah.
But it's also, we want to talk about support systems. So, Matt, you actually, we were kind of talking about this earlier as well. When Daley was getting started going full-time here, you guys had like kind of like a like a switch of your traditional gender roles, right? Where you were doing a ton of work to make it possible for her to pursue this.
Yes. So when she decided to go full time, I still had my full time job, 40, 50 hours a week. But when she would go do her marketing, whatever that was, her appointments, things like that, it all happened in the evening. So I would stay home. I'd make sure kids are taken care of. Everybody has food on the table. Dogs are good. House is, manageable. I wouldn't say clean, but it was manageable. You could get by,
right.
and everything was taken care of. So she didn't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, and
that became my role.
Well, also, by the way, working a full-time job in sales, in electronic sales, right?
Yeah,
is that right?
Electrical distribution.
Electrical.
Got light bulb sales.
Light bulb sales.
Yeah, a little joke about that earlier. That's how you guys were saying basically, if there's anyone we ever, you sit down on a plane or you sit down somewhere you don't want to be bothered by people, you don't want to make small talk, you could just say, I sell life insurance and I sell light bulbs.
Yeah.
I love it. So going back to the talk about the support system, it's incredibly important.
Oh my gosh.
To have that. And at Five Rings, you guys have a lot of husband-wife teams. Sometimes it's the wife that discovers Five Rings first. Sometimes it's the husband. And what it seems like it inevitably happens is the spouse comes into a bigger role.
Why would they not?
Because why would they not, right? Following the system at Five Rings, this is something we were also kind of talking about. Everyone that I've interviewed on the podcast that comes from Five Rings, they talk about the system and just following the system. Can you kind of talk about that?
Well, yeah, it's Yellow Brick Road or chocolate chip cookie recipe. You go either way, I guess, with that one. But Mike has set this just a great example and set this road that says, you do these 5 things and you're going to have success, and you keep doing them consistently and you're going to keep having success. And sure enough, it's just the system, go and talk to your friends or your family and you invite them to this really cool money class. And then, we got to follow up and see if they have any questions. And then you bring your mentor along, bring your Sam Howe or your Mike Wilk or you or whoever with you, and they do all the work and give you half the money, and here you go, and 8 years later you can be an overnight success
right.
if you just keep doing the model. So
Lyle always says that, if you want to walk through a minefield, you want to be first or second, learn from somebody who's already done it the easiest way. Not that it's easy, but the easiest way.
He's definitely been our minefield person for sure.
Yeah,
he held our hand the whole way.
The canary in the coal mine, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So, this is something that another theme that is recurring when it comes to people that I sit down with Five Rings. The embarrassment of riches that you all have as an organization when it comes to leadership is incredible, because you have layers on layers on layers of leadership. And then I, in my position, at Alliance Group, I've been watching you guys for 10 years, and I'm watching people that are leading, teaching other people. Those people become leaders. They start teaching people under them. Those people become leaders. And you've got these layers of leadership. Kind of talk about that and how it helps, and then what you guys hope to be to the people that you're bringing into the industry.
So it's by design that way, right? That's the way Mike wants it to be.
Exactly.
He always talks about the only way to grow, the way he wants to grow exponentially is you have to train leaders. That way you're not trying to lead everyone, right? So eventually our goal would be have some people on the team that are going to lead their team, which is, that kind of takes it off of our plate to where we can go and intentionally build somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think that's the design that's been everybody wants to have.
Yep.
It takes time, but.
Yeah. But it works over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And having different leadership and different personality styles and different ways of doing things. I always love Mike's analogy of the 8-lane highway. We have this 8-lane highway. You can do this business however you choose to do it within inside of those 8 lanes. We want to use some bumper guards, but go and express yourself and build this business as your business. But follow the model. Use our words. Stop cussing at your clients. Doing all of those really cool things that we do. Right? We talk about living benefits. We don't talk about life insurance. We talk about indexed accounts, not annuities. Like there's just this beautiful way of using your words, right? To
And again,
story.
Doing it with the benefit of years and years of experience. You
Absolutely.
know, this system, it wasn't written in ink, 15, 20 years ago, and then that's the way it is. It's been honed by many, many years of many, many people working the system and adjusting the system and
making it better, right?
And making it better, improving
it. The shift of bringing Gustavo and Marina in, and that mind shift has just totally, I think that's one of the reasons, yes, what they're doing with the people and the organization and the numbers is just amazing. And we all just want to follow in their lead. But there's this mind shift when you actually get to have a chance to chat with Gustavo and Marina. The way that they look at this business and the way they look at the world is a little bit different, right? Mm-hmm. And then you sit down with Lyle and Tina, and Tina's mind is just, she has one of those minds that is so intentional about everything she does and every word she says. And so it's just like, there was Mike that was doing this, and then all of these different leaders come in, and it just helps a company.
It's like a
just
big
expand.
Stew, and everyone's adding their ingredients.
It's so beautiful. Yeah.
It's truly amazing to watch, and you guys are just the latest example of someone who's been with the organization, been putting in the time, and then the seasoning, whatever happens, and all of a sudden, boom, you rise to this level now. And I mean, top 5 agent in Five Rings. It's major, and I just it's awesome to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's very cool.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes.
You are one of your focuses this year is growing your agency.
That is a huge focus. That is our number one goal right now, is to grow the agency.
Now
we love having the personal production numbers. Mm-hmm. Obviously, production always follows growth, and but why not give this gift that we've been given to other people?
Right. Yeah. It's so how are you going about that? Where are you looking to bring people in to Five Rings from?
Well, one of my main focuses, and I think maybe even just us together, is because of our journey of having small children when we started this, and still having young children. They're not small, but they're young. Families are a huge thing, right? Being able to do this on a very part-time basis while you have a husband that has a full-time career, or you have a full-time career, whatever that might be, but you just want to add a little bit extra to your life to see what else is out there and not be so dependent on somebody else.
Sure.
And so giving that opportunity to other people and to other families is great. Love expanding our community.
Yeah.
Our community is these 3 little towns, and I always tell Matt, I was like, I just want to be famous in these 3 little towns. I don't need to be famous anywhere else.
A little bit famous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what challenges come with, when you do that transition from focusing on yourself, your personal production, what you're trying to do, when you try to shift your focus to bringing more people in and to becoming a leader, basically, and to guiding these people, what are some of the challenges that kind of come with that?
Do you want to answer? You want me to?
It seems like you guys have an answer in mind.
I do have an answer in mind.
I think we both do.
It's different personalities that you run into, and being able to show them that there is a possibility for more.
Sure.
A lot of people, they see the thing they've done for the last however many years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years sometimes, and being able to say, hey, there's a different way to do this, to make your life just that much easier. And having somebody believe you.
Getting people out of their old habits.
Tough.
Yeah. That is, people are conditioned, right?
Yeah.
Wake up, go to work, come home, make dinner, watch TV, and that's about it. So to get them conditioned to think a little bit differently, maybe put in a little bit extra work. I think that's a major challenge. I think the other thing is just selfishly, when you're focused on yourself, it's really easy to just go do the do.
Right.
It's a little bit slower process building a team and getting people to get to the point where they're confident and stuff. So there's a lot more outpouring of energy when you're building
pouring
a team.
Into people. Yeah.
And so sometimes it's nice to have a support system at home that can help pour into you, or to have other leaders like Mike and Lyle and Tina and Monica and all those people to help pour into you while you're pouring into others, because sometimes you sometimes I'm a little crispy after I get off of Zoom at the end of the day.
Believe me, I know that. The old Zoom crispiness.
Yes, Zoom crispy.
So there's a couple of questions I have here. We've got a fun little thing we do. It's a rapid fire round.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions. They're supposed to be rapid fire, quick. First thing off the top of your head. You're going to answer first. You're going to answer second. Same question, okay? So, you ready?
I'm a little nervous, but sure.
That's my answer, 7.
Morning person or night owl?
Middle of the day.
Morning.
Morning person.
Yep.
Middle of the day. You're like, you need time to wake up.
And I don't want to really stay up too late. So, yeah, middle of the day. For all of the activities and all of the things. Yes.
What advice would you give your youngest self?
Ooh. Don't quit.
Don't quit.
And it won't suck forever.
That's actually
Be patient.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
Be
so
patient.
funny. That's I think you had exactly the same we had the same responses from Gustavo and Marina. From each couple. That's really funny. Any phobias?
Oh, do I have phobias? There's a few things. I'm not like a germaphobe, but like public places like the airport, can't wait to wash my hands when I'm done, or like strip my clothes and go take a shower.
Yeah.
And I really hate spiders and mice and anything creepy crawly.
Creepy crawly.
Snakes. That's it.
Yeah. Snakes.
What was that called?
The devil snake.
I don't even think I'm.
One.
Wait, what is a devil snake?
There is a story.
It's a long story.
It's a long story. We'll tell you over lunch.
Okay.
About
All right,
the devil
deal.
snake. Yeah.
Snakes are the one thing. I don't think I'm creeped out by snakes in general, but like I have recurring nightmares about snakes, and I'm like, I don't think I have a problem with snakes, but
Maybe you do.
yeah, it's very weird. Maybe I do. Maybe it's deep seated. Speaking of deep seated, I'm gonna get real deep on this one. What would you change about yourself?
Why do I have to go first? Whoa. What would I change about myself?
Yes, it's a deep one. This is where I get to.
There's a couple of things maybe. I have kind of an itty bitty shitty committee every once in a while. And if I could turn that all the way off, that'd be really nice.
Itty bitty shitty committee. That is some inner voice, Daley. Yep.
Yeah,
I got
just
you.
like that self-confidence, self-worth thing.
Yep.
It's starting to go away with lots of therapy, but
And also success. Success helps that
Yeah.
sometimes.
And sometimes I wish I was a little shorter. Like, I know that's superficial, but
Shorter?
yeah, remember the other day I was like hugging you? I was like, what if I was like this tall?
Yeah,
Because I feel kind of tall as like a woman.
you would look up my nose all the time. There's nothing attractive about that.
You just gotta get Matt to put on heels, and
That's
it'll be
right.
fine. It'll work.
Only done that once.
We don't talk about that. This is a PG podcast.
What's your answer?
What is your answer, Matt?
I wish my brain would slow down just a little bit. The amount of thoughts that go through my head in a 4-second span probably is enough for most people in a day.
Yeah, I
So
feel you
I'm gonna
there.
go with that.
Racing thoughts. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. What was your favorite subject in school?
Math
Social studies.
Favorite is math. Favorite social studies.
or lunch, either one. They're like
I
tied.
was a
Sound
big
like
lunch
something,
fan too. What is your least favorite subject?
Math.
English.
See, I liked English. Math was my least favorite.
Math. I hated math.
I liked
I'm
math
not
until
very
you got
good at
into
math.
algebra.
She still
too.
can't
And
help
then I
our
was like,
kids do math, and they're 9 and 12.
I never took algebra.
They're not in algebra.
I know, but I never took. I was so intimidated by math. I never.
like, "No, I'm skipping that."
I skipped all of it. Like I literally did multiplication, division. I was like, I'm good.
Maybe some geometry. That's
yeah.
it.
And now I'm in finance. So
Yeah. Right.
here we are.
Perfect.
Isn't it funny? That's
made in
also
heaven.
a pretty funny recurring theme is agents that come in here and say their least favorite subject is math. And I'm like, there's a lot of us. All right. Let's see here. I think those are all of my. Actually, no. What is the most embarrassing dare or the worst dare that you've ever done?
Ooh.
PG. Again, I have to remind you, this is a PG podcast.
I'm not.
I'm out.
Okay. So I'll tell a very short, very sweet story.
Okay.
This summer we went camping with our kiddos, and we were all sitting around the campfire with our kids our friends and then their son, and we were playing Truth or Dare with all the mommies and daddies and these 3 children, and it was one of the sweetest little Truth or Dare games we could get. And one of the dares was like the kids were like, you're on a campground or whatever, so there's like a little road, and they were like, okay, you have to go out there and you have to shake your butt and you have to yell, I love camping or whatever. And so it was really actually, to all the parents out there,
very wholesome.
Go play Truth or Dare with your like little kids.
I've done
because
that with
it's super fun.
It is. It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Otherwise, I'm not very good at Truth or Dare.
Right.
I'm kind of boring that way.
Maybe on a PG rating, you're a little boring. But all Truth or Dare, unless they're played with adorable little kids.
Yeah, that was super fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen.
Kids.
Yeah. What's that? Wait, you guys have a 8-year-old and an 11-year-old?
12 and 9.
9 and 12. 9 and 12.
Yep.
Mine are 8 and 5.
We have one that shares a birthday.
Yes, I know. So Rowan and Zephyr.
Zephaniah.
Yep.
Zephaniah. I said
shortened.
It's okay.
It's Zeph.
It's Zeph.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Truth or Dare with little kids is always it's pretty funny. I know that my 5-year-old and an 8-year-old have played that before, and it's very different than it would be with adults.
Yes.
Much cuter though.
Yes. It's way cuter and maybe a little more obnoxious.
Right.
Probably more spontaneous too.
Yes, exactly.
They're way more creative.
Different.
Yeah.
Way better.
Kroms, Daley, Matt, you guys are amazing. We have a big weekend ahead of us. You guys have fun at the Georgia-Tennessee game. I'll be watching from home. You guys brave the crowds. It's going to be really loud. Bring your earplugs. And, of course, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. That's it for this edition. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you for
really
having
appreciate
us.
it.
This
It's
was
going to be
really
fun to
fun.
hang out with you guys the rest of the day.
Know.
And thanks again for coming out to Atlanta.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Listen to this interview and more on the Alliance Group podcast.